Hello friends, welcome to the Full Stack Dev channel. Let me give the introduction first as this is my first video. Notice the channel name, it has a Full Stack Dev, like full is F-O-O-L and not the F-U-U-L, F-U-L-L. So I consider myself full because software is a vast field and I am still learning. And I also want to motivate other people to keep exploring and keep learning. Uh, so thank you so much for being here. Let's start and let's jump directly into React. So if you see here is a counter component and it is as simple as it can be. In this counter component, we have one state which is count, and this count is incremented by 1 in this handle increment function. And on this button click, we will call that handle increment and we just simply print count in the button itself. So if I click this count here, it increments by 1 as expected. But here set count function provides two ways to set the count. One is directly giving value just like this count plus 1, and the other way is by providing a function here. So what is the difference? Let's see. So if we give value here directly, then and we use set count 2 times here in handle increment. So what will happen if I click this button? Any guess? Okay, so if I click this button, it will increment by only 1. And it is, we would expect that it should increment it by 1 here and 1 here, but that's not the case. It increments only by 1. The reason is because React batch updates this set count and it will perform as if there was only 1. To avoid this, if our new state value is based on our previous state, just like in this case, we should use the function version of it, like prev count. And now it will be fine. Now this will work as expected. It will increment it by 2 every time. Okay, so there are basically two ways we can use this set count function. Let me reiterate that. And here, just for your reference here, we will use this when we want to set state value regardless of the previous value. So we just want to set the state and we don't care about the previous state. And we will use this function version when we care about the previous state and we calculate our new value based on the previous state. So that is the main difference. Now let's see useState itself. useState also has two ways we can call this useState. One is, let's just do const test. We are not going to use this, just we will focus on useState. Let's see if I do console.log. I know many of you haven't even tried this or seen this console log in useState. This will be printed on every re-render, right? Let's see. Now if you see here, if I load this component, it says this will be printed on every re-render, right? And whenever I click on this component, it re-renders and it prints this console log. So if we have simple value inside our use state, we will use this version. It is fine. But if our initial state is based on some expensive calculation, then we have to use the other version of use state hook, which is function. Like we can provide function as argument. If you see const, let's consider this expensive, set expensive state is equal to use state. Let's see, and we will use this function version of use state here, console.log. Now what will happen in this case? So this will be printed on, this will be printed only on mount. So when the component gets mount, then only this will be printed, and this will be printed on every re-render, right? Let's see the difference. To do that, we will just mount and unmount component in our main component. So let's show and hide. Okay, so on this button click, we will show and hide our counter component. Okay, so initially it is not visible, right? Because our initial state value is false, so it is not visible here. And now if I refresh this page, there is no console log here. What will happen if I click the show counter? Any guess? Okay, so when I click show counter, it will print both of these statements. Right, this will be printed on every re-render, and this will be printed only on mount. So this gets printed on mount as well as every re-render. So our component got mounted on the screen, and if I click count is 0, now on every re-render this gets printed, but not the other one. So this one is not getting printed. So that's the main difference. If I hide this and again show this, then it will print both again. This will be printed only on mount. See, so that is the main difference. So same way, like set count, we have useState, which is which we can use in two ways. We provide initial value directly, and the other is we provide the initial value with a function. So when to use which one? So we will use this one when state is simple. We will provide initial value directly, and the function version we will use when we do some expensive calculations and derive our initial state. Thank you. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you learned something new today, and please subscribe and share this video with your friends, which will motivate me to put on more content. Thank you.